Hey everybody, and welcome back to Indianapolis. Episode 1 of Season 2 is a preseason video. Now, we had a pretty good offseason, grabbing Marvin Harrison Jr., we got a new quarterback, we got a new elite tight end, hidden dev guy. Obviously, we kind of fumbled with the offensive line, but we did get McGarry, a 79 overall. He's old, but he'll do. The defense is going to look a little different as well. We did bring in Baker, nice linebacking option for us, and then we traded away Grover Stewart and didn't really replace him. We tried to with some draft picks that didn't really turn out. So it's probably going to be Tim Smith that takes over for him. So let me just quickly go through the undrafted free agents. We brought in Sean Griffin, nice little running back, star development, 86 speed isn't the best, but I mean he's got good acceleration. He's a good little player. We also went out and grabbed Austin Hobson, Oregon undrafted edge. Don't really need any edge help, but I mean, we just needed a body for that third position going into the preseason here. I did find an absolute gem. Joey Costa, undrafted rookie, 6'4", 345, and he's actually significantly better than our drafted guys, right? So we'll see if Joey Costa can, I mean, I imagine he'll probably make the team, considering he's the third highest rated DT that we have. Tim Smith at Abare. Those are the other two options. We also signed middle linebacker Dakota Cook, as well as will linebacker Eddie Kyle out of Hawaii. Both of those guys, I mean, if they make the team, it will be an absolute, it will be kind of crazy. We signed Aaron Garnes, UFS, undrafted free agent, as well as Marcus Harris, the undrafted kid out of Oklahoma. Both of these guys have pretty good size, 6'1 and 6'3, decent enough speed to play cornerback. It'll just be whether or not they can actually make an impact enough to make the final roster. We also nabbed Sean Scott and Dustin Baldwin as safeties. They are pretty bad. That's my review of those two young men. Taj Amos is the long snapper that we signed, 61 overall, undrafted kid. So we'll be throwing him in the mix. As for veteran free agents, we signed Johnny Munt to round out our tight end room. I don't really want to see Ty Warren out there, and I mean if we can get Cameron Hewitt a couple snaps, but I mean we don't need him getting injured either. So Mo Alley Cox, Will Mallory, and Johnny Munt are going to be the three tight ends this preseason. We signed Austin Eckler as well. We'll see if he can, I mean, it's McBride, Griffin, and Eckler are kind of the top three. One of these guys is going to be the third back, backing up Giddens and Taylor, so we need somebody who can catch the ball a little bit better than Giddens and Taylor. Those three backs are going to be it. We also signed 26-year-old Brian Asamoah, the former Viking, coming in, trying to make the team. But yeah, let's get into training camp as I randomly yammer on about who the starters are going to be. So my concern with Eric Madden starting is that he is a rookie, right? And I know the NFL currently is in the phase of getting rookies out there like as soon as you draft them. But nice throw, dummy. As soon as you draft them, right? That's how the NFL is currently looking. I forgot. Am I supposed to like bullet these or what? Because I'm not getting any. But yeah, as soon as you draft a guy, get him out there. But we're like seeing that not work. Like, so look at how many teams draft a quarterback, they do poorly, they go to their second team and they do like significantly better. There's a reason for that. My coach of the Vikings has stated that it's franchises that have failed quarterbacks more than quarterbacks have failed their franchises, right? And so that's kind of what we're concerned with young Mr. Eric Madden here. As he gets a silver medal, I'll be good enough. Whatever. I'm so bad at these. I just suck. I just suck at them. So yeah, going into the first preseason game, Daniel Jones will be the starter, but it's an open competition between Jones and Madden. We also got Riley Leonard, Jaron Hall in there doing stuff. But legitimately, it's a two-man race. Eric Madden versus Daniel Jones, that starting position. And again, because of our loyalty and him taking us to the playoffs last year, we are going to give the initial nod, at least, to Mr. Daniel Jones. We'll try to get more passing yards this year anyways, right? Like, 2,200 passing yards is unbelievably insulting. We did lose out on Pittman, right? Michael Pittman Jr. He's out of here, but we got a new junior, and it's Marvin Harrison, who's coming to Indianapolis. Big fan of his dad, so hopefully he will find success. I know there was some concerns in real life that he's just not like picking up the game for one reason or another. But again, for what we need out of an X receiver is just to take away part of the defense. Because look at Cam Hewitt smoke that drill. But we got really good tight ends, and throwing 2 tight ends out there over and over and over is it's a good thing. Yeah, overall I would say our wide receiver room did improve with Marvin coming in over Pittman. We do have to re-sign Marvin Harrison, so hopefully he doesn't hopefully he doesn't upgrade enough to make him, you know, $30 million a year good. He's an X factor, which is going to add a lot to his salary. I'm missing these like crazy. Holy cow! I'm doing poorly. Oop. Oop. Maybe I should just lock in and not talk while I do this. But we're expecting a better production or more production out of our passing game this year. I can't imagine it would be worse, right? We're not going to go under 2,000 yards. Was that Borderline stand here? That'll work. I just need to get a gold. Come on, brother. This might be it. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, hey, Daniel. Alrighty, so passing game should be improved. I also think, like, we're not going to have an improved running game, but I think our running game is going to stay where it was at last year, right? Jonathan Taylor is still an excellent back. We still have a really good backup in DJ Giddens. Overall, the offense is marginally improved, if not bigly improved. Especially if we can get Mr. Eric Madden cooking. Again, I've not played with him, so I don't really know his throwing style. You stupid. But yeah, we don't know Eric Madden's throwing style. Hopefully, it's not super wonky. I guess we do. We just played a drill with him, so yeah, it didn't seem awful as JTT. Man. Where's this production when the games count, you know? Yeah, I don't really see... Oh my goodness. Oh, why did you do that? That's fine. Whatever. I do think it's funny. I know Bangle, the YouTuber, has brought it up with this drill before. They just set a quarterback. Like Daniel Jones, his job is just to sit back there and be hit in the face by whatever rushing defensive end or tackle or whatever. Like, why don't they just put a dummy back there? It wouldn't change the game at all if you just have a dummy holding the ball or like a little cone, and all you got to do is get to the cone first. It would actually make it way more like realistic. You know, what do I know? What do I know about video gaming? Probably not a whole lot. Check out this storyline for position battle. This will be interesting. I bet it's DJ versus EM. What up, Rich? Surprising you're not in pads. We got practice in a few. Who the hell is you? Quiddy Pay? What, you're not starting? What are you, crazy? Yeah, start the preseason strong. We'll see what happens, Quid. Anyways, let's get to these preseason games here. And that means a return of voiceover Jash from last preseason. This is not live. I didn't really feel like doing commentary for these games, so we'll just run through the highlights and call it a day. We're going to start off with a Jonathan Taylor run here. And really, that should be the end of Jonathan Taylor's preseason. It's not going to be, but it should be. You see Jones miss his first pass here. Second throw goes to Warren. Warren makes a nice play, scoots up the left side, and is taken down at the 42. We're moving the ball. Things are going well. Jones finding a rhythm, and then he throws it right to the defense. And that's how the opening drive ends, with a Falcons interception. Not really the way you want to start, especially when Jones is in a competition for that starting quarterback job. But hey, that means we get to look at our defense a little bit early here. And their first drive is looking pretty good. We got a 3rd and 4. We got a safety blitz. And Michael Penis Jr. goes down. Leatu Latu ending the Falcons' opening drive. Jump into the second drive here. Jones hits the rookie Pritchett for his first career reception. The kid makes a nice adjustment, bringing that one in. And then here's Jones finding some space to the left. The vet brings the ball down to the 41. You know, that's one of the best and most underrated parts of Daniel Jones' game. Later on the same drive, we see Jones scrambling again, hitting the fullback Johnson. But unfortunately, that drive stalled out. Falcons stop us on 4th. And as we move into the second quarter, we see more backups coming in. One of those backups, one of my favorite plays, Troy Anderson, knifes into the backfield, sacking the quarterback in the end zone, giving us a 2-0 lead. And then here's Anthony Gold burning to the left side. And that kid runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Colts. We go up 9-0. Beautiful return by Anthony Gold there. He's desperately fighting for a place on the roster, and plays like that's going to help him. The ensuing drive, there's a sack for Kruger, and a sack for rushing. Our two low-rated defensive tackles, they're not looking so bad. Then finally, Eric Madden enters the game. His first play is a handoff to Austin Eckler. He shows a nice burst up the middle, that making a case for him to be on a 53-man roster. Shotgun play for Madden. His first pass, rolling to left, tosses it away. His second attempt goes a little bit better. It's high, but Hewitt brings it in. Third attempt, he misses the X, who's wide open, then tosses it away. Then on fourth, he drills Doolin, picking up the first. Play following that, Madden feels pressure, rolls to the left, waits, fires, and here's Hewitt making just an unbelievable effort play. Bringing that one in, breaking away from the DB, and getting it into the end zone. Touchdown Colts. Cameron Hewitt with just a monster play. I mean, I'm happy for this young man. Speaking of young men, here's Adrian rushing with his second sack. We force a punt. Madden in a 2-minute drill, trying to score, but the rookie makes a rookie decision. We turn the ball over. Falcons put points on the board. Just before half ends, 16 seconds ago, Madden tosses another pick. Can't really blame him for this, trying to make a play, especially when it's so late. Falcons don't do anything with that one. Jump into the third. Falcons opening drive ends with an interception. Eric Fernandez goes up and takes the ball away from the receiver, and then has a decent little return. We drafted him for, by the way. Big hits and making plays on the ball. Eric Fernandez, your future starting safety, I presume. Same drive after the pick, Riley Leonard leads us down the field, and Dwayne McBride scoots into the end zone, touchdown. Falcons put a nice drive together after that. Rushing gets another sack, and Jake Fromm, that's who this is by the way, throws an interception. Undrafted Garnes brings ensuing drive. Sean Griffin shows nice burst. Give it to him a second time, and he drops it. Falcons pick it up. They drive down, they score again. But you know what, the next drive, what are we going to do? We're going to hand it off to Sean Griffin again, and this undrafted kid burns it up the middle, bounces to the left, and he'll go all the way in. Boom goes the dynamite as Sean Griffin scores. Listen, Griff doesn't have breakaway speed. He's average at best, but, I mean, given that much open space, and that's trouble. Here's Will Mallory on the right side. Jaron Hall finds him, brings it down to the 1. Then Johnny Munt on an RPO gives us another score. That's basically going to end it off. The Falcons scored one more time. But yeah, first preseason game ends. It was nice to see the rookies get out there. Eric Madden, I thought, played well despite his 2 interceptions. Daniel Jones, 6 for 10, 68 yards, no touchdowns and a pick. Eric Madden went 6 for 10, a touchdown and 2 interceptions, 54 yards through the air. Jaron Hall, 5 for 5, 34 yards and a touchdown. And then Riley Leonard, 2 for 3. 16 yards. So Leonard has a bad day. Sean Griffin leads us, 90 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 attempts. McBride had 29 yards, 4 attempts, and a touchdown. Austin Eckler, 3 attempts, 37 yards. That was, and Daniel Jones also had a 32-yard scramble I kind of forgot about. Cameron Hewitt, 4 receptions, 42 yards, and a touchdown. Really, that was about it, right? Gold, Moe Ali Cox, Johnson, the fullback, and Pritchett all had 2 receptions. Johnny Munt with a 0-yard reception that got him a touchdown. It's interesting. He had 1 rack, but 0 total yards. 3 sacks for Adrian Rushing, a sack and a half for Colin Kruger, a sack for Eddie Kyle, a sack for Aaron Garnes, a sack for Scotty. I mean, look at all these sacks. Unbelievable. Pick for Garnes. But that'll be it for week 1. Jump into week 2. Kicks off. Week 2 kicks off with the Commanders in town. Jaden Daniels starting from the gun. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Not a lot happening here. Second play. Big gain by Scary Terry on the right side here. Our defense looking a little bit more shaky this game as Jaden Daniels takes off, and then boom, here's a hit stick for you. Big fumble picked up by DeForest Buckner, and that opening drive ends, and here comes Daniel Jones leading those starters, well, mostly starters, onto the field. Jones does what he does best, which is hand the ball off. Big gain by Giddens on the left side. Later in the drive, Giddens rolls into the end zone, and we take an early lead. Next Colts drive, Adonai Mitchell goes off. 2 big receptions. You see him fighting his way down the right side here. Very next play, he's going to make a tough catch, take a big hit. But, I mean, he gets us in position for Ashton Doolin to find some space. He goes up, makes a nice reception. And then the rookie comes in, hits Mo Ali Cox. big tight end, rolls up the middle, gets us to just about midfield. Then the rookie scrambles out to the right side, getting 3, picking up a first down. Another shot to Ashton Doolin gets us another first down. Here's another scramble drill where the quarterback's going to hit Pritchett, and Pritchett's going to make, I mean, thank God for low effort by number 92, as Pritchett has a big gainer on the right side. Unfortunately, as time expires, Pritchett does drop the ball. It'll happen, you know. Rookies do what rookies do. We jump to the third quarter now. Sean Griffin ripping off a nice run to the left side. Look at how he finishes that. And then here's a screen. Sean bounces it to the outside, gets loose. And Sean Griffin is going to show that he has enough speed to get into the end zone. Second long touchdown of his preseason. One on a screen, one on a run. And again, he doesn't have elite speed, but it's good enough. I can only assume Eckler and McBride are feeling some sort of pressure. There's an interception by Riley Leonard, by the way. But yeah, some sort of pressure by the young kids. On this play here, Sam Howell calls his own number, and Eric Fernandez goes down with an injury. It's kind of a non-contact thing. It's a little strange. Next play, firing the left side, and Howell's pass is picked off by Alex Austin. Quiddy goes down, but that's nothing. Abdominal tear for Eric Fernandez. More on that after the game. Here's Austin Eckler, left side. He's going to be burning it, and the old man, he just doesn't have what he used to have, right? 67 yards is nice, and the next play, Jaron Hall hits Anthony Gold, extending our lead. A few plays later, Austin Hobson gets a sack, and Sam Howell bombs this one deep. Garnes comes down with it. Another interception for the undrafted kid. I mean, he's having quite the preseason. Here's Griffin up the middle, getting nice blocks as he kind of bobs and weaves. And basically on that play, I made the decision. He's making the team. Eric Madden goes 5 of 8, 126 yards and a touchdown. Daniel Jones goes 6 of 11 and a touchdown. Jaron Hall, 4 of 5, a touchdown and a pick. Riley Leonard, 1 of 4 and an interception. Leonard's just not his preseason, man. 6 carries, 4 get-ins, 38 yards. Sean Griffin, 5 carries, 46 yards. Dwayne McBride, 4 carries, 27 yards. And then Eckler leads the team there with 66 yards and 3 carries. Mitchell, 3 receptions, 57 yards. Anthony Gold, 2 receptions, a touchdown, 23 yards. Sean Griffin, 65 yards on that screen and a touchdown. And Ashton Doolin has the 3rd receiving touchdown of our game. Picks for Aaron Garnes, Justin Wally, Alex Austin. Sacks were pretty impressive as well, as we see a lot of half sacks. It means the whole team is getting into the backfield, and obviously Austin Hobson had his full 1 sack. Dakota Cook, 2 tackles for loss. Justin Wally, Marcus Harris, and Quiddy Pay all led the team with 4 tackles each. And then we see here Eric Fernandez is out 3 to 7 weeks with his abdominal tear. So that's incredibly lame. Week 3 finds us in Philly, and look at these losers. Bunch of bums sitting out in the rain for a preseason game. That's pretty fun. Boy, I hope you didn't spend rent money on this. You know, whatever. I'm not really a fan of Philly, but whatever. I'm not a fan of Madden either. Why is Barkley on the field? Right? Like, Barkley, preseason game 3, it's a rainstorm, and he's out here just dicing us up. It's pretty frustrating, but whatever. We do make a stop, finally. Then we get the ball back. Jones looks, fires. Cox makes the reception. Then Jones, with big athleticism, gets it out to the right side. Nice run. Here's Ashton Doolin coming back for the ball. Kind of bails Jones out a little bit there, but is what it is. Jones rolling out to the left side, finds some space, takes off, and then, I mean, he gets rocked. He gets absolutely rocked, and it must have rattled him a little bit as the next pass he has is intercepted. Just put it right over Adnan Mitchell's head. Back to basics on the next drive as he hits Eckler here, and the vet makes a man miss. Screen picks up a nice little bundle. The drive goes nowhere. Eagles ball, and Hurts bombs it to Brown. Touchdown. Justin Wally kind of exposed by the big Eagle receiver. Back on Colts back on offense. Eric Madden checks in. Eckler draw, picks up 7. Later we have a Laquan Treadwell sighting. Gain of 8. Time's running out here in the second. Madden finds Johnny Munt. 6 ticks left. Madden on the run. Finds Laquan Treadwell again. And the Colts are finally on the board. Jump into the second half. Madden finds Treadwell. The old man takes it down to the 28. 2 plays later, Eric Madden trying for Treadwell again, but he overshoots him in his pick. I will say it's a little interesting. Laquan didn't go up and try to make a play on it, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Later in the 4th, Riley Leonard with a beautiful pass to the right. Pritchett hangs on. Colts take the lead. On our very next drive, Leonard tosses it to the Eagles, which is not what you're supposed to do. It's kind of how his entire preseason is going, by the way. A very up and down. Eagles set up with good field position. Big sack on 3rd down, forced a kick, and then we block the kick. Back-to-back big plays by the 2nd and 3rd stringers. I mean, they are fighting hard for this job. Jaron Hall rolls to the left, stops, fires the ball down the field. Ashton Doolin, reception, brings it down to the 8. Next play, and it's Dwayne McBride who rolls it into the end zone. All around, these fringe players, I mean, they're fighting for their career, and they're making plays. Late in the 4th, we're going to have a 3rd interception by Aaron Garnes, back of the end zone to the left side here. He takes it out. Kind of wish he hadn't have done that, but it is what it is. Here's Dwayne McBride getting the corner. The kid takes off. Doesn't have that breakaway speed, but yeah, that's how this game ended. Eric Madden goes 10 of 16, a pick and a touchdown. 93 yards. Jaron Hall, 4 of 7, 63 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. 3 of 10 for Daniel Jones, 45 yards and an interception. 2 of 5, Riley Leonard, touchdown and a pick. Not a good preseason for Riley Leonard at all. Austin Eckler, 11 for 23, no touchdown. Dwayne McBride, 6 for 80 and a touchdown. Receptions, 4 receptions for Johnny Munt, no touchdowns. Pritchett with a 24-yard touchdown. Laquan Treadwell was kind of the star. 4 receptions, 36 yards and a touchdown. Ashton Doolin had 58 yards. Defensively, Curtis Lynch, Austin Hobson, and Jay Ward all had sacks. Kruger and Miles Murphy met at the quarterback, so that's fun. They both got half a sack. Interception by Aaron Garnes. He had 1 in each of our preseason games. It's insane. They got to Latu with 2 tackles for loss, same as Jalen Carlisle. And then Aaron Garnes actually led the team in tackles. So we've come to the end of preseason. There are 22 players that we need to cut. We need to fill out our practice squad, and then we need to take a look at free agency. See if there's any additional players we can add. Also, we need to make a decision on who's going to start. Daniel Jones and Eric Madden were the 2 going into preseason. Now, obviously, Eric Madden outplayed Daniel Jones. Throwing it more, completing more, being sacked the same amount of times, better rating. More interceptions, but those 3 touchdowns look pretty sweet. Daniel Jones did look better scrambling, but I think Eric Madden is going to be named the starter come week 1. Jaron Hall looked fantastic. The BYU kid, he looked much better than Riley Leonard, so I might try to sneak Leonard onto the practice squad this year. It was a 3-man race for that 3rd running back position between Sean Griffin, Dwayne McBride, and Austin Eckler. Griffin won the position going away, leaving McBride and Eckler as fringe players to make the roster. Both of them looked pretty good, and honestly I kind of feel like we should stick Griffin on the practice squad and then have either McBride or Eckler make the roster. This is a very difficult decision, and I really haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Backup wide receivers was between Ashton Doolin, Anthony Gold, Laquan Treadwell, and Blaine Taylor. Now Taylor has only been in the league for 1 year, so we can stash him on the practice squad, which is going to be the first decision we make in this cut time. Doolin looked great. Gold looked really good too. Then Treadwell went off that game, and he's an old Viking, so I almost want to keep him around just for that. We signed Johnny Munches to kind of like round out the roster, and he's actually going to make the team. Johnny had a really good preseason, which spells the end of Will Mallory's career with us. All of our edge players did really well. 2.5 sacks for Austin Hobson, the undrafted kid, 1.5 sacks for Miles Murphy, and a half a sack for Isaiah Land. Land did drop that interception that he should have had, but yeah, this is another tough decision. Austin Hobson definitely can go to the practice squad though, so that's good that we were able to stash him for next year. Looking at our defensive tackle situation, the 2 guys that were very low rated but I drafted, they went crazy. 3 sacks and 2.5 sacks, so Good job paying off my draft pick. Joey Costa did nothing. He does have star development, so we'll stick him on the practice squad as well. Tim Smith did the worst out of all of them. He was a 6th round pick last year, so I think Tim, despite being pretty highly rated, actually is going to hit the practice squad, leaving us 4 defensive tackles, which seems good. That seems fine. Linebacker Jacob Phillips. Ooh boy, you did not have a very good preseason compared to your counterpart, Curtis Lynch, the late round draft pick. Asamoah had 6 tackles. Dakota Cook had 5 and 3 for loss. That earns Dakota a place on our practice squad. Undrafted Eddie Kyle had 6 tackles, 1 for loss and a sack. I can't cut a kid after he's done that. So yeah, you get the practice squad. Man, we are filling up the practice squad. 3 interceptions for Aaron Garnes, so he makes the team. He also had 11 tackles, a sack, and a tackle for loss. That's defensive MVP for the preseason. Marcus Harris had a pretty good preseason as a cornerback. Alex Austin had an interception. Yeah, we've got some real players here. I think Marcus Harris had the worst. But yeah, since we still have room on the practice squad, we'll be dumping him there. Dustin Baldwin ended the preseason without a single tackle. He's a 60 overall, so he is released. I'm sorry, Dustin. Dream comes to an end here. Well, maybe we'll sign him next preseason. You never know. Jay Ward came in and played pretty admirably. Trey Washington and Daniel Scott. Let me see here. They played about the same level. I think Washington can hit the practice squad. Now, Eric Fernandez is injured. 2 to 4 weeks he will be spending in the injury room, which means we should keep an extra safety if we can afford it. Is that going to be Scott Smith? I mean, yeah, Scott Smith had a sack, 2 tackles for loss, 6 total tackles. That outplays Daniel Scott, so Daniel Scott gets cut. Riley Leonard hits the practice squad, so our practice squad is actually full right now. Falcons need a backup running back. Austin Eckler and a 5th gets their 5th, so it's basically just a pick swap, and they get Eckler, which it saves us from cutting him, and it provides him a place to play. Next one facing the chopping block is Brian Asamoah. I really like him as a player, but he just does not have a place in our linebacking room. You look at Zaire Franklin, Troy Anderson, Jerome Baker, Jalen Carlisle, Jacob Phillips, and then the rookies. So, yeah, we just don't have a place for Brian Asamoah. Same thing kind of with Alex Austin here. He's a good player. Let's see if I can get any interest out of trading him. Yeah, Austin in a 7th gets us the Browns 7th round pick. So again, it's the same idea where at least he has a place to play, and we have a better 7th round pick in a couple years. I really don't want to cut Isaiah Land, but I think we have to. We just have too many. We just have too many ends, and it sucks. Land's a really good player. I only carry 2 quarterbacks. Jaron Hall had. Well, no one's going to sign Jaron Hall, so if I have an injury, I can just go pick Jaron Hall up, right? He's a 60 overall. Nobody's signing Jaron. He just won't develop if he's not on the team, which is fine. What is he going to do? How much is he really going to develop, you know? Anthony Gold to the practice squad. I think that fills our practice squad. Now, again, we still have room on the practice squad. How many players can I put on my practice squad, I wonder? I thought I hit the limit a while ago, keeping a full fleet of backup offensive linemen just to just in case of injuries. Elliott Rhodes goes to the practice squad. I didn't even see the Raiders only have 2 running backs on roster, so Dwayne McBride in the 6th gets us their 5th. I have a lot of 5th picks, by the way. We're gonna have to change that around a little bit, but let's hit free agency real quick, see if there's anybody. Alvin Kamara at 31 years old. Christian Barmore. That's actually very interesting to me. Jonathan Cooper. There's a lot of. Well, maybe it's just those top 3. Yeah, it's just those top 3. Those players interest me a lot. Barmore for 1 year, $6 million. That's going to move one of the defensive tackles on our roster to the practice squad, which is fine. Gabriel Murphy sitting here. As a Viking fan, I'm a huge Gabe Murphy guy, so let's gobble him up to the practice squad. I moved Scott Smith to the practice squad to make room here. Alrighty, and the final thing we have to do before this video ends is actually assign the depth chart. We moved some guys around. I paused the recording, forgot to play it, but Eric Madden has been named the starter for week 1, 74 going into this week. That's 5 points above Daniel Jones. Now, Jones is there in case of injury or if Madden gets overwhelmed, something like that. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor is the starting back. Giddens and Sean Griffin will be backing him up, but I mean, it's the Taylor show. RJ Johnson starting fullback. Marvin Harrison Jr. starting receiver. Josh Downs will be playing across from him. Adonai Mitchell will be coming in when Downs goes to the slot. Also have Ashton Doolin and the young Pritchard kid, and Treadwell still sticking around. Tyler Warren, Cameron Hewitt, Mo Alley Cox, and Johnny Munt for that 4th tight end spot when we need a 4th tight end, which probably won't happen real often. Ryman still starts at left tackle. Quentin Nelson, obviously. Bortolini. What? I was going to say Torres, you're an undrafted. No, get the heck out of here. And then Caleb McGarry is the new right tackle. JTT starts on the left side of the line. Kwity Paye backing him up on the right side of the line. Same idea. I'm going to put Kwity Paye as the backup to Leatu Latu. Kwity had that preseason storyline where he wanted to be the starter, just didn't work out for him. DeForest Buckner and the brand new Colts signing after he was cut from the Patriots. Christian Barmore backs him up. Adibare, Kruger, and Adrian rushing. A lot of defensive tackles for this team. Sam backer will be Jacob Phillips. We got Curtis Lynch backing him up. Middle linebacker Zaire Franklin, Troy Anderson, and I'm going to move Jalen Carlisle to the 2nd in case something happens to Zaire. I would rather Carlisle to be on the field. Carlisle's won't be on the field as often because we do have Jerome Baker starting. He'll find his way onto the field when he needs to be. Kenny Moore, Charvarius Ward, the 2 starting cornerbacks. Justin Wally and Julius Cook in the slot. Fernandez is injured, right? But Fernandez will be backing Nick Cross up. For now, we'll have Jay Ward playing that position. Cam Bynum, Jay Ward backing him up. Schrader and Sanchez are still the kicking and punting. Taj Amos as my long snapper. Eddie Pritchard, I mean, how often do you see a 6'6" kick returner? Probably not often. I'm not going to give him punt return duties. We'll be giving that to Sean Griffin. But he'll be going in there in case Sean goes down. 3rd down back will be DJ Giddens. Cameron Hewitt and Josh Downs will be playing the slot. Rushing edges are going to be Leatu Latu and JTT. So, I mean, basically the same setup as last year. Kwity Paye, once again, playing backup to both of those. Rushing defensive tackle, DeForest Buckner, Christian Barmore. I am so thankful we found Barmore there in the free agent pool. Zaire Franklin is the sub-backer, as well as Baker, and Carlisle's playing that role as well. Slot cornerback will be Justin Wally, Julius Cook backing him up. Yeah, there you go. That's the starting unit. We have to choose the draft class, hire scouts, and obviously that week 1 Sunday night game against the Bengals, driving over to Cincinnati. It's going to be a big game. Got to shut down that offense. I wonder how their offense looks, but I guess we'll see that in the future as we are done with the preseason video. Hey everybody, have a great night. Thanks for watching and God bless.